Hello, I'm Boone and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 with Union SG here in Belgium. As always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. If you're feeling the love and you want to support me and my channel, smash that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. But most of all, thank you for your view and thank you for returning after Episode 1. I'm loving it. I was told by my good friend Brian Kane, who loves a good Belgium save on Football Manager, that is super competitive. And I've been looking for a league like this for ages where you could be good, but it is very competitive. It's not a farmers league. There's loads of teams. You can go either way. You can win, you can lose. I really have enjoyed playing it. And of course, I've played a second season. And in the transfer window, I went mental. If I went through every out as well as the in, I need a whole episode, a transfer special episode to get through it all, and there's tons to get through. So as always, I'm going to try and cram it in, but thank you for taking a bit of time out of your busy day. I know my videos are a little long, but I do appreciate you. I love you long time. So let's get into it. Now, we're on the main page, mainly because friend of the channel, legendary subscriber Luke Farrell, says that the nickname means the old lady, or similar to the old lady, and similar to Juventus. So if that's true, Luke, I think that is pretty cool. I quite like that. Anyway, let's jump over to the finances, because I'll be honest with you, on this year's game, the Saudis are mental. Here we are, complete, with 22 million in the bank, and a transfer budget still, and room in the wages. What a great place to be in. Now though, what I have done, and I think off the top of my head, I've doubled the weekly wage bill. I think at the end of the season, it was about 167 grand. As you can see right now, it's 327 grand. I'm going for it. So, you know, that is a thing. So I'm glad we've got money in the bank, because I think, I'm not great at maths, but I think that's about 17 million a year on my squad's wages. So we should cover that and still be okay, and hopefully generate a little bit more money. Loads going on this season though. And we're going to start with one of my outs, Kevin McAllister. Now, I had no intention of selling him. He wasn't on my leave list. I've got a pad, as most of you know, and I made lots of notes, had lots of squad lists. He played great for me last year. Lots of games, left back, right back. He was worth 2.5 million max. This Saudi team came in with 2.5 million and some add-ons, and I said no. Then they came back again, and I said, look, give me 5 million for a laugh. And they said, okay. I went, no, I'm not selling him. Then they came back a few days later, or with the 5 million plus the add-ons, and I'm like, really? Give me 10 million. They ended up giving me 11.5 million, going up to 13.5 million. It's 5 times more than he's worth. It's bonkers, it's stupid. I couldn't say no to it. So once I said yes, I thought, right, I'll see if I can find a replacement. If I can't, I can always cancel the deal and keep him, because he didn't want to leave. Do you know what I mean? But it's a lot of money. So this is what I did. I found a young Belgian, 22 years old, Ignace van der Bremt, right? Available on loan at Salzburg. Now he's decent, he's just as good as McAllister maybe, got potential to grow and get better. So I put a loan in offering for him, paying some of his wages, and they structured it themselves once I suggested, and put a £2 million optional future fee in, which I thought, okay, that's pretty good. So once I'd sold McAllister, I activated that clause straight away. Now, maybe that's a bit silly, because maybe I could have kept him all season, see how well he played, and then if I liked him, activated it. It wasn't a panic thing. I just thought, you know what, it's 2 million quid. I've just made a ton of money. He's Belgian. I'm going to do it now. So that's why you can see his transfers in place to join us at the end of the season. So honestly, quite a lot of players have gone. Nilsson, Kuhn, who we signed in January, Burgess, Sykes, the 2 English defenders, and quite a few more. And I made 27 million. Obviously, 11.5 of that came from one player. And I spent a few million. But before we look at that, this is a squad you can see maybe one of my players, 2 of my players in that team, but the bookies still don't fancy me. all the changes I made in the squad, we didn't change. We stayed 5th. We're keeping Anthony Morris at least for another year. He's got 2 years left. I'll see what we can do. He's 34 years old, but he is decent. But he's now the backup. I've signed Mr. Adu from Inter Milan, who's been loaned out to death. And we signed him for 2.1 million. And when we did sign him, it came up in the news. Inter Milan paid 10.5 million for him, and he never played a game for them. At right back, we still got Alicio Castro Montes. Again, Belgian. He had a ton of interest. He's still got a load of interest. He's going nowhere. Now you see me other right back. So onto the left backs, and we have 2 new ones. Lyko. Now he's Greek. Now you might know him. You might recognise him. His name was massive. I can't do the Greek names, so shortened it to Lyko. He was free from Bologna. My other left back, also on a free, is Sam Byram, who's played for Leeds, Forest, Norwich, I think a few other teams. He's 30 years old, but I think he's a great player. Now, the only centre-half I've kept from last season is the youngster I signed and told you about in the last episode, but never showed you. It's Fed Layson. Young, decent potential. His potential's dropped, though, I'll be honest with you, because I've signed Robin Proper. Good name, innit? 30-year-old Dutch player on a free. I've signed Sepp van der Berg. All you Scouse, Liverpool Scousers might know who he is. I didn't know too much about him. He's been out on loan here, there and everywhere. He's only £2 million. And we've signed Jamal. Had to, why not? He was free. He only wants 15 grand a week. And I will say that a lot of these players I'm signing, decent ones on frees, I've gone down the same route as Real Oviedo, if you watch that series where, and I don't know if you agree with my method with this, they might say if they want 20 grand, I'm like, I want to keep the overall wage down. I'll give you 15 and I'll swap that 5 you want and put it on your appearance fee. So, you know, if they play, they still get that money. If they don't play, I'm kind of saving money. So, yeah, freebie. Loving that one. Of course, I've let players go. I've sold players for bits and bobs. But the midfield is where I really could make a change this year. Apart from Cameron Puertas, right? The Spaniard who's decent on paper. Probably be his last season, to be fair. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He just ended up staying this year. I've loaned young Norwegian Oscar Bob from Man City for a cracking deal. It's one of them great ones where you put, can I loan him? Yeah. Suggest, and you just wait to see what they want. City wanted nothing. Nothing. No monthly fee. No wages. It's the only time I think I've ever liked Man City. We've signed Alex Kral, 26-year-old, Czech, tons of caps, tons of ability. I like this guy, I'll be honest with you. For free. We've signed Andre Gomez. For free. Released by Everton. Decent player, isn't he? For nothing. We've signed Big Bad Samu. Sounds like he should be a WWE wrestler. He looks like one, I think. He's not. He's Portuguese. He's 28. He's as a midfielder that can play right through the centre. He's got so many good attributes. I like him a lot. And he cost me nothing as well. I'm liking this guy. Free. Nothing. Bayer Leverkusen. 27, great age. Look how versatile he is. This is my kind of player. Again, another free bit and another great player. I know he's 32 years old, but for this league, I think he could be fantastic. Well, this one was brilliant, right? I paid money for him, about 675 grand. But what was weird is when I was working over the weekend, can't remember if it was Saturday, Sunday, I got up early like I do to get a few hours out of the way to get through my season. And I'd signed Nicholas Storm. And then when I got to work, I was on my break and I'm just going through some comments, trying to catch up. And I got a comment from a guy called Dan, Legend Dan, you know who you are, mate. He's telling me how good he loves Belgium, blah, blah, blah. I've got a bit of knowledge. Try and sign a player called Nicholas Storm. I was like, mate, great minds, I've already done it. Over on the right wing, we've still got Kevin Rodriguez. Doesn't play as much this year, which is silly because he scores goals for me and he still does. But I've got a player who kind of pushes him out a little bit on loan. Julian Duranville, who's just the best winger out there that I could get. We've loaned him from Dortmund. He's cost me a bit of money in wages. I think there's an optional fee, but I wouldn't be able to afford it. I did try and activate it, I'm sure I did, and he's got no interest in actually signing for us because by the end of the season, he's no longer just a winger. He's a wonder kid, and he also gets in the top 10 of the best wonder kids in the world on the 50 wonder kid list. So up top, I needed a striker. Nielsen left, the big man. And this guy got released from Anderlecht. Now, he is all right on paper. He's 29. I needed more Belgians. He's played for his country once. We still have Mohamed Amoura, who is a baller, to be fair. He's fast, he's quick. He can score goals for me when he's fit. I mean, I would love a true superstar striker. And this season, like I did so much scouting last year, I was going to do the same this year. Although my scouting team, I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to try and go over to South America a bit. I want to find myself like a little Brazilian or an Argentinian wonder kid or something. A Mexican. That's what I want. Now, talking to my own wonder kids, they're not. But I've got 3 very good young players from last year's youth intake who I thought I'm going to try and develop. And the best way to develop them, I think, sometimes is by giving them games, giving them minutes. And as I say in the NFL, giving them reps. And that's what I'm going to do. All right? My bloody best at a lot this season. These guys are going to get way more minutes than I've ever given any 16 or 15-year-olds. Freddie Everard, the striker. We have this dude who can play behind the striker, and I'm going to be using that tactic quite a bit this year. And we also have a winger, Jean-Baptiste. Now, of course, since the end of season 1, I've been pecking that boards there. I want to improve things, and you might remember we've had undersoil heating put in. They took a £2 million loan out for that, but we've got a bit of money now. So over the summer, as you can see, I asked to improve the training, and they've said, yeah, that's getting built. I asked to improve the youth, and they said, no, they don't care about it, they said. Something like, we'd rather you strengthen our team in the transfer market. Okay. Will you build me a new stadium? No. Affiliate me club? Yes, so we've got a little affiliate. Improve youth recruitment? They did that. Expand the stadium? Yeah. So I think we're 8,000, going up to 11, but they're not going to start that till the end of the year. So we're improving our little stadium with character, as you've seen at the beginning of this episode. But like you can see there, more physios, more recruitment, more scouts. I'm getting all that stuff done. Now, pre-season was short, and I let my assistant arrange it. I wasn't too bothered about it. We lost a game there we should definitely not have lost. What a B team either. It was a shocker. But this is the new year of the new European format. And last year we had one lot of qualifiers against Lask, and then we won them and got straight in the group stage of the Europa League. This year, I didn't think it was ever going to stop. I didn't think it was ever going to end. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of that. Now, we've qualified for the league phase of the new format of the Europa League. But I had to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 8 games to get there. But it was like it was never going to end. And I felt a bit of injustice, really. But we've done it. We've got into that phase. And there you can see, obviously, no more groups. We're in one big group. And I looked at that and I thought, wow, where's the big teams? We should boss that. And of course, the league started and we came out of them blocks. Again, similar to last year, really well. But this is it's like a long season, really. You play them 30 games and it all splits into the 3 phases, and you play a ton more games. And it isn't as easy and as simple as you think. This league is really, I think, competitive. Really competitive. You win games and sometimes you'll lose games that you don't think you should do either of. It's crazy. But it's so much fun. Why have I avoided Belgium for so long? It's like my dream league. You want a league where it's this fight and passion, and you know it's close, and it's not a guaranteed thing that you're going to run away with it. Now, getting through it, it's the 1st of January. I am not 100% at the minute. I've got a bad chest. This video is going to take me ages to edit because the amount of times I'm having coughing fits and I have to redo my little bit. This is the 3rd attempt at this, so let's hope these coughs don't come back. But these are the finances on the 1st of Jan. Still all right. We are cruising. But what about the league on the 1st of Jan? We're second. 3 points behind KRC, Genk, Standard up there. There's a team I've never heard of in 4th. Anderlecht are still 5th, the powerhouse of Anderlecht. I think Club Brugge were 7th. All right. Their wage bill is twice as big as mine. It's bonkers, isn't it? And the shit, or the mid-ish. But we're doing all right. I mean, you've got to stay in touch and distance of the top, because when you get to the championship phase, if you're lucky enough to get into it, your points get halved, don't they? So as long as you're in thereabouts, and then it's just you against all the big teams, you've got a chance. These are the results in the league so far. Look at that. Great start. It was fantastic, to be fair, all the way to the end of September. Then we got beat off Club Brugge, but you know, twice the wage bill, Thiago scoring, and it's got a bit sketchy. That area was a little sketchy. We lost against Anderlecht. Yeah. But we're doing all right, as you can see. we're competing, we're up there, and that's all that matters. If we stay in the top 3 and there's not this huge gap that maybe we can catch up in the championship group, then, you know, you'll be all right. This is the squad arranged by average rating. Obviously, Anthony Morris ain't playing, but the other keepers, really, really good. Lyko had a couple of injuries, but he's a fantastic player, especially for free. Obviously, Castro Montes, me right back, he's been good as well. Kevin Rodriguez, when he plays, he's still scoring. But, you know, maybe should play more. Nicholas Storm, mint player. Jordan Ayew is great. The old man has been fan-bloody-tastic. Now, you can see these Bs. These are the kids that are promoted. I put them in the those 3. In the first team, you can see, look, Freddie Everard, 4 starts, 8 sub appearances, scored 2. He gets better towards the end of the season, starts playing better. He's contributed a little bit, but they're in and about, and obviously I've got him down playing, I think 60 minutes max for the under-23s. But they're making a contribution. They're in there with the first team. They're playing a few games, and when you think they're only 16, one was 15, hopefully it helps. Is Julian a wonder kid yet? No, he's still not, but he becomes one. It is now the 30th of March. I think I've saved it here because the regular season's finished. So we've got tons to look at. And I think we start with some European football. With the league phase. Now, it's crazy, isn't it? Because I think we were doing so well domestically. We were a good little team when we fit and everything's clicking into gear. And like I said before, when I initially looked at the teams we would be facing, the fact that we dodged the Newcastles, the Villas, Premier League teams, Atletico Madrids, we looked like we had an easy run. It was not easy. It was not easy. And I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me right, until the last game, I wasn't even in the qualifiers. We were below 24th. But look, we lost 3. Lost to both Pragues. I drew 2. But we managed to win 3 of them. So it was a close one. It went. We weren't as good in Europe as I thought we could have been, or should have been, really. Where we were good was in the Becker Van Beagle Cup, the Croaky Cup, whatever you want to call it. You do you, like I always say. I know it's not Beagle, I just want to say Beagle. Now, we played Cecil Bruges, and I B-teamed that. I think I B-teamed that. I've even got a third choice goalkeeper on there. Check that out. There's my little kid, 16 years old, bagging 2. Anderlecht, don't think I beat. Oh, no, I didn't. It's Anderlecht. Played them, B-teamed them. It's a semis. I thought, you know what? If we get through it, we get through it. And then we played them, and I thought, no, actually, we drew 0-0. Let's go for it. I'm not stupid. Let's get to that final. Now, their fierce rival was Anderlecht, and we hate Anderlecht, but we're also rivals with Molenbeek. I'm guessing are they local? It says it. Are they in the same city as us? I don't know. They were quite good last year. I've never heard of them. I mean, they beat me twice in the early days, but we knocked them out of the quarters of the cup, and we played them in the league, we played them in the group stage, and we played them in the league this year, and we've won. So we've definitely got the advantage. Well, in the league table, which is finished after 30 games, we did finish 6th with 4 points behind Genk. Got standard, the other Genk, or Ghent, sorry, apologies if you're from there. Anderlecht are 5th, blah, bloody blah. So we made it into the championship group. So we now have 32 points, and KRC Genk have 37 points. Obviously, they've played though. We haven't. And it is kind of unfair. It's kind of like brought their gap down, hasn't it? Because if we win, we're only 2 points behind them. So it shrinks that advantage. Really, in them first 30 games, you need to get the biggest lead possible. So when you get your points half, you've got a cushion when you get to the championship group. But the freaking league is so competitive. It's hard to do that. I think it'd be really tough. We've now moved on to the 3rd of May, and this is my last save point. The championship group isn't over yet. There's a good few games left to play, I think 3 or 4 maybe. And we are 2nd, 4 points off KRC. Genk, it's going to be tough. I mean, there's enough games and enough points available for us to still do the league. But will we? I don't know, because it's been... Well, challenging, it is a challenge, but I like it. But what about the Europa League? And obviously we're in the knockouts, and we face off against, I think, the biggest Hungarian team there is. I can't pronounce them. I know I've got great friends from Hungary who watch my stuff. I can't pronounce them. I can't. And we had a great game. It was in 2-2 in the away leg, so we went through to face a team that are just collapsing in real life and would make a great rebuild story because they're so crap, it's bonkers. Olympique Lyonnais, yay, and they were crappish. In our first game, 2-0. Buzzing with this. Just get to France, let's do our job and keep on going. Nope. Au revoir, Union SG. That's what they said to me. So we are out of Europe and we still got a chance in the league. We're in the cup final. I'm going to have a cup final live comment and I'll play the last few games and we'll see what happens. But look at the money, it's still good in it. We're alright. It's very exciting. Moshini Ayaguchi, what the hell name is that? I don't know. But 6 games he's played, scored 4, set up 2. Look at his average rating. We might have a player on our hands here. He's turned 17 now. Freddie still hasn't scored, but I've given him tons of chances. He's getting tons of minutes coming on as a sub. And Jean-Baptiste backs. He backs himself. I don't know if I do, but he's alright. But that's all I want to do, just have him in and around that first team. Let's change the average rating completely. Forget Anthony Morris. Now I think a few players are going to be leaving. Obviously he's joining us. Cameron, as I said earlier, he was on his last year. Someone's coming for him on a free. I'm alright, I wanted to replace him. Anyway, there's a few players moaning. Samu dropped off. He's played a lot for me though, and I don't think you always get the best average ratings in the middle of the park. A lot of it doesn't look as good as it should. These guys have played a lot of football and been really solid at times. I think Gomez though has been a bit shit. He was the older one, wasn't he? He's not happy. He'll be going, but signing for nothing. So anything I can get for him, I will be happy. Because like I said, look how much he's improved. I don't know if you can remember his profile at the beginning, but he has really kicked on as a player this season, playing for us with my fantastic coaching team at this fantastic club. And he's become a wonder kid. Now this year, because of a bit of money, when I got the 50 wonder kid list, I've made a new little shortlist for them. And they're all on it. I think 49 of them are on it. Not all of them want to join me though, watch. Yeah, but there's a few there that are interested. So this season I've used both my tactics. Away from home against some of the tougher opponents, got the defensive midfielder. Quite a few times I've gone with this. Putting Bob behind that striker or that young kid, and we've done really well. Don't always work out either way, but we'll see. So here we go. Can we win our first major trophy? It'll cheer me up because I had quite a sad day yesterday. I was off work on Tuesday and I could have made this video yesterday and got it out. But I went to a funeral of someone I used to know when I was younger. A girl called Lisa Purcell, who was a kid at my dad's school. My dad was a high school teacher at a school around here that I didn't go to. And I went on all the school holidays, and she came there when I was a kid. And then a sister who's the same age as me came a few years later. Get in. So I knew both of them. And then when I was a student, I went to work in Duckingfield, where they're from, where my dad's school was. Go on. Morrison Supermarket. I stayed there for a good few years. There's a big group of us. I got to know them even more. Their mum worked there as well, so I got to know Linda too. And we had a great time in our youth. And obviously you grow up, you drift apart, but you're still friends on Facebook, you bump into each other. But Lisa died a few weeks ago. I think she had a routine operation at general anaesthetic, and they always warn you. I've had 3 in my life, but you just think, I'm only having a little operation, I'm having a hernia, I'm not going to die. Something's obviously gone wrong. She's only 47. She's got 2 kids. Fella, they got a 21-year-old son, 12-year-old daughter. So they asked me for it to go, so I thought I'm off work. So I went to the funeral. It was just really sad because I know she's 47. Got to see a lot of old friends. Went to the wake after. I think we've all decided we're going to try. Obviously, it's a wake-up moment, innit? There's someone there I fell out with a long time ago and she came up to me like, can we just forget about all that? This just makes you think, doesn't it? Life's too short, and we're now friends on Facebook again. We then actually bought me a drink. That was quite nice. And everyone was saying like we need to organise a reunion. Because it was a special moment all back then, and just to see someone as young as Lisa just die, and looking at her kids and think, shit, that could be me. It was quite, it's just really sad. To be fair, I don't want to bring the mood down, so obviously I didn't want to do anything yesterday. I played Football Manager in the morning and not in the afternoon. We got some graphics ready. Made me a little video for the beginning of this episode. But it's just tragic, innit? So sad. So I will say, if you've got You just got to fucking live your life, haven't you? Like, my life seems to be rapidly going. So yeah, anyway, it was a great send-off for her. Really nice. Our sister Claire. Oh, they're back in it. We've got a game. No, we're not. Offside. So strong, man, to get up and she did a speech and a poem and kept it together. Fuck. I was nearly in tears. I was crying. I got a bit teary. I don't usually get too emotional. Oh, it's half time. And we're winning. That's all that matters. We've got the edge. I'd like another goal though. Let's kill this game off. I will say though, right, at the funeral, when the coffin goes in to get cremated, and they have songs. I know Lisa was a bit quirky and a bit funny, and I know the family would have known what she was like. But when the song kicks in, you couldn't help but laugh. Have you ever heard a song from Rihanna where it starts and she goes, "You're gonna stand there and watch me burn"? And I'm like, ah, that's the song you've picked as you watch her go in. I know you should laugh, but I thought it was quite funny. Right, in case you have missed it, actually, I have a free copy, thanks to my friend Limo of FM24 to give away. It's a code that you can type in at Steam and you get a copy. Now, what I'm going to do when I start the sub-league, which I'm going to start building this weekend because I'm off, when that first episode comes out, everyone who's a player within the sub-league, I'm going to make it available to you, but only the guys obviously don't own it. So we'll have a little competition when that series starts, where we'll enter all the guys who want to enter who don't own it, and one of you have got a chance to win a copy of FM24, which would be a nice little early Christmas present. Right, 30 minutes to go. Can they get themselves back into it? No. It's that balance. I've struggled with my European squad as well because I didn't have many. I didn't have enough homegrown club players, so I had to sign a couple on a free. They were in the 20s that Uni SG must have binned off a long time ago, just to try and make a squad. They're never going to play for me. They're in the 23s, and that's why I want the importance of. Oh my god! I thought we were done here, and now we have extra time. Awesome, I love it. I love extra editing. It's my favourite thing to do. I mean, on FM24, I've had loads of penalty dramas, good and bad. Come on, Raymond Ramon, get in. Big bad Radu. Come on, man. You've got a save in you. I can feel it. Oh, Amiri. It's a German, innit? Come on, kiddo. Solid. Come on. He's doing his Bruce Grubbler. He saves it. Come on. He's got the best name ever, isn't he? Storm. And he can take a penalty. Russo reminds me of that player that we had at Manchester United Women who was a traitor and went to Arsenal. I used to like her till then. All right, Castro, Montez. Lots of interest in you this year. You've stayed and you've scored. That's why I kept you. Come on, Radu. Kill the game off. Oh, he saved it, didn't he? What a player. £2.1 million. Well spent. The Beckerman Beagle Croaky Cup is ours. Proud moment for the Union, eh? The building blocks, putting them on top of each other. We're getting there. We've got a proper trophy. Other trophies I want to win, but this is just a start, I think. But can we wrap it up with a title? We'll see. I'll see how it goes. Maybe jump into a game if we've got a slim opportunity. 3 games to play. I'm going to make myself a coffee, get through them, and see you in a second. Well, here I am, and there is no league title. We just have to console ourselves with the Croaky Cup. I got beat off AA again 3-1. We beat those dudes 3-1, and I got battered off the top team 4-2, which means for my second year in the club's 3rd year running, we finished 3rd in the Championship group, which I'm gutted about really, because 2nd looks like Champions League. Although the Europa League probably suits us still. I like it. I'm happy with that. I just hope I don't have to go through so many freaking qualifiers. Well, there we go. That is the end of episode 2, season 2. Really appreciate you watching. Hopefully you won't go missing and come back for season 3, which should be out over the weekend, hopefully. But honestly, if you've enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. Like I said, I'm going to get to work this weekend on the sub-league. I don't know how long that'll take. It's got a lot of work I've got to put into it. I've got to create a lot of players and the teams and everything. Can't wait to try and win this league, because that is my main objective. Europe for now is just, I'm not even thinking about that. That's just a little money maker. But we've got a big season coming up. So honestly, thank you. Hope you're happy. Hope you're safe. Go and give all your loved ones a cuddle. I've been doing it all day and all night. Just in that mood at the minute. But anyway, yeah, stay happy. Stay safe. I love you long time. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.